How did you forget that base, by the way? Isn't it a base showcase?
It's a base showcase, and I forget to showcase the base.
Here's our courtyard.
Typical Nerd Parade video. What is going on again, Nerd Paraders? Thank you guys so much for coming back to hang out with us today. We're playing some more ARK Survival Evolved, and we are here on the center server, maybe for the final time. I'm here with Sir Six-a-Lot. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
And we're going to be talking about what's currently happening with the center server and the PvP season with the cross cluster. And I'm finally going to show off in greater detail the Underworld base before we say goodbye to it. Now, most of you may already know, but for those of you that don't know, there's a lot of problems with the center map, and the center server on our cluster was really starting to suffer because of those problems. And we decided that the best way to handle it would be to purge it, like just trial by fire. We're just purging it. We're getting rid of it. We've given people ample time to use the S Plus demo gun, which was disabled but has been re-enabled now for the server so that they can break everything down and get everything transitioned over to either the island or scorched earth. And we've given everyone about a week to do so, ourselves included. And before we do that, I wanted to make sure that we got to take a look at the Underworld base that we've more or less kept secret to avoid getting any type of like raid or whatever happening after we had the raid on the Bear Cave. So now that we're going to be dismantling this huge base, I wanted to make sure that we took the time to show it off, and Sir Six-a-Lot is going to help me do that. We're going to talk about it together, and we're also going to chit chat a little bit about some of the problems that we were facing on the center server and why we decided that this was probably the best course of action. So, that's a very long-winded explanation and a long-winded intro. I am Nick. This is Nerd Parade. Welcome to the channel, guys. You've caught us on a bit of a somber note today. We're saying goodbye to something that was a lot of fun, but it's also giving us an opportunity. Every cloud has a silver lining. It's giving us an opportunity to build up a really cool base, as you saw in the previous episode on the island on Herbivore Island. We're getting the opportunity to build up a super cool base over there. So they've already started to break some of these down, but more or less these little turret towers were surrounding the water here to really protect this base. And we'll get to this. Everything takes so long to load in here, but we'll get to all this. Some of the defenses that they were making down here were really impressive, but the sheer amount of structures down here is just absurd. So it takes rip frame rate, rip load in times. Everything is just everything is just a chore to deal with. So again, I'm being very long-winded. I'm sorry, guys. We'll talk. I'll just kind of walk around, show off the base for now, because this is oh god, and we've got the load in problem. This is one of the first things I'll talk about. The screen freeze while loading in the center. This thing drives me nuts. I'm sure you love it, don't you, Six?
I just love the screen lag.
Everybody loves the screen lag. So basically the screen lag happens when it tries to load in a big chunk of the map. I said I was going to walk around and show off the base, and I'm going to do that at the same time. So we're not necessarily really going to talk about the base. We're just going to show it off. We have a meat factory. Let's go in the meat factory. So the screen freeze and that nonsense was just absurd. Like, can I not open this? What's going on? Do I not have access to open this? And this is another thing. This is another reason why we're closing it. Oh, that.
Can you even door?
Yeah, no, I couldn't even door. You should have seen. So on the map, with the sheer amount of structures and everything on the center and just the way the map is optimized, we have this ridiculous rubber band. And it's not necessarily like latency issues. Like, my ping is a little high right now, but 64 is not too terrible. Okay, boom. Just jumped up out of nowhere to like 65. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, issues with the server. Like the ping pong. That's another one of the issues that we were having. So we just decided it's best to purge it. These are some of the minor issues that we were having. The major issues were like some of the bases built glitched into the world. And we didn't really talk too much about the world glitches on the center. A lot of people were kind of using them. A lot of things could be with S Plus and K mode could be done. Some very cheeky stuff with S Plus and K mode. There's actually a spot in the bear cave where we were built, where people can fly a pteranodon into the wall. I wasn't really going to talk about this because it's a huge exploit. I'm not going to show you how to do it, but there's a spot in the bear cave where you can fly the pteranodon into the wall and glitch right through the world into the cave. Now, in doing that, you can easily raid the bear cave, which is what we kind of thought happened when we got raided. Or you can build some ridiculous turret towers by doing that. Turret towers that kind of glitch through the workings of the cave walls and will still shoot. So the turrets will still shoot, however, they can't be targeted because the cave walls block them. It's very cheeky, but we were actually going to employ some of that before we realized that it was changing the integrity of the game. So for the integrity of the game, for the integrity of ARK, we decided that the center just is not really the map for us. It's not polished enough. I mean, how do you feel about it, Six? Sorry, I've been rambling on. I haven't let you talk at all. I'm sorry, buddy, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs that just make it kind of... There's so many spots you can build that don't work and are almost unrateable just because how you can build them.
Oh, like
that is not even fun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like you're talking about the little butt crack bases like we just faced with the Ice Palace and
yeah.
with some of the other... Okay. Yeah, it's true. They're very... I don't know if they're unrateable, but they're very hard to raid. Those little butt crack bases. And everybody wants to build in a little butt crack base because it is so significantly hard to raid, especially now that Tyrannobombs were patched. Now that Tyrannobombs are patched, there's really no other way to raid those unless you're like C4ing players and stuff. This is what we were talking about with the ARK meta, basically being where it's at. And it's definitely all about C4 bombing and suicide bombing on the center with those types of bases, because you can't breach in any other way. Six and I have talked a lot about it. I personally don't feel like that is kind of what the ARK devs want. I don't know about you, Six. I mean, how do you feel?
I mean, yeah, the map was a mod map at first, so
right.
They kind of got it early.
I'm sorry. I realized I said we had talked a lot about it, and then it's like, I don't know, how do you feel, Six? Like, I clearly knew how Six felt, but I was trying to, like, lead him in. So if you caught me on that, kudos. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. This was a mod map that was purchased by Wildcard, and then, I guess, from what I understood, the developer of the map, after selling it to Wildcard, was just like, okay, it's your guys' now, and had a whole list of things that they wanted to improve on the map and just left it alone, right? I mean...
Yeah.
That's more or less what I had understood. Not 100% sure because I don't personally know the guy or girl who was doing it. But, yeah, there was a whole list of stuff to be fixed. He just handed over to Wildcard. Wildcard, of course, is Wildcard, and they have a bunch on their table, or on their plate, rather. Their plate overfloweth, and they're constantly trying to pump out new things, and they do an amazing job at doing that, but some of the more buggier things or glitches or whatever tend to get pushed back in favor of new content. So it is Wildcard, and for what we want, which is competitive, fair PvP and fun PvP. Yes, fun first and foremost. Fun is the numero uno, but fair and competitive PvP. The center is not the place for us. So we're going to be doing the rest of Season 3 and the rest of the cross cluster. I always have trouble saying that. Rest of the cross cluster with the island and Scorched Earth. Whew. There we go. That's a lot of word vomit just to come at you.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. You'll notice that like some of the stuff is different from glimpses that we've given before in this Underworld base. We haven't really even scratched the surface yet, but I'm just kind of walking around showing everything. Again, screen freeze. This is what I'm talking about. We haven't really even scratched the surface, but the tribe has been going around with the demo gun, breaking stuff down so that we can get transitioned over to the island, and that's where we're building now. There was a thing built on this island over here. I am not going to forget to show that off. That was supposed to be something really cool. Hopefully it will be recreated on the island, but I will definitely show that off before the end of the video because we left a little teaser about that in one of the previous episodes, and I want to make sure that we show that off because the person that constructed it, his name is Bucket in the tribe. The person that constructed that had everybody's best interests in mind and thought it would have been a really fun thing for not only our tribe but for the server. So I'm gonna be sure to show that off. I'm like really overselling it and teasing it, but we're gonna get to it. I'm just gonna steal one of these pteranodons just for now because we're gonna bring it right back. This was the water pen where the ridiculous amount of turrets are placed all over it, and again, center. Hashtag center struggles. This is what we deal with, or what we had to deal with. No, not anymore. I really missed the island, especially with all this stuff. The
I
Underworld,
miss mainly the performance. I like
yes,
center map, but I missed the performance. That was my main thing.
that is a way better way to word that. I like the center map minus the glitchy through the worldy parts and the little butt crack bases and stuff like that. The center is a beautiful map and has an infinite amount of potential. But as right now, not quite what we're looking for. Another water pen, plant turreted out, turreted out. Let's see. There's a couple of exits and entrances. I don't know if it's already been broken down. I actually don't know where they all are, but I'm going to try to show those off in greater detail just to show how fortified they were trying to make the Underworld. Nothing's really over here. Okay, if there was something, it might have been broken down. This is, again, it's ridiculous. Performance-wise, it's butts. Just butts. But for funsies-wise, it's pretty nice. You know what? We're out and about. We're flying around. Let me just go right to it. I'm going to go right to this little spot and hope that it hasn't been already demoed. Please load in. Or rubber band me crazy like. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, it's good. I'm really glad this is still here because this is a super awesome structure, and they probably won't bother to demo it. Okay, we have Sir Patrick Noggins here, who was our pal. Sir Patrick Noggins was our buddy. This is a jousting arena. Now they are supposed to be adding jousts in the game, like lances, but we made this jousting arena where there's a packy on each side, and as you were charging, the other packy's been moved over there. Knocky McFocker has been moved over there, so I don't have anybody to currently joust with. But in the inventory of the packy, there are no more. We had spears, the throwing spears. Let me check Knocky McFocker and see if he has them on him. Knocky McFocker, you got anything on you, buddy? No spears. Okay. I'm not going to bother to craft any, but we had spears. So as you're charging, now that you can use weapons while mounted, this was going to be a lot of fun. While using weapons while you're mounted, you could pull out the spear and you can charge up the spear and you're waiting and then you throw it and whoever gets 3 hits, it doesn't have to be consecutive hits, but the first person to 3 hits while maintaining a charge and throwing in the jousting arena is the winner of the joust. It was a lot of fun. We were going to invite a lot of people into the Underworld to do it for like an event, bring them into the tribe temporarily, have jousting matches, and we were really, really excited to try to do that. But unfortunately, it was just one of those things that kept getting put on the back burner, and we never really got around to it. And we're showing it off kind of somber-like here in the showcase of the Underworld today. If I can get over. Now this is the second part of the arena. Probably, what the crap is this structure? This is the second part of the arena. We're going to climb up here, and this is another fun game. So people would sit here in these wooden chairs with ridiculously high-powered rifles, like long necks, one-shot long necks, high damage, and we were planning to have characters mind wipe soup themselves so they have base health. And they were going to come over here to this spot. If I can frickin' get over there. Jump over the railings. If I can get over. Okay. Come over to this spot. And there was going to be a game of Frogger played. Now, the people sitting in there were stationary. All of the rows would be filled by members of our tribe. We would all have a high-powered rifle. The Froggers would be naked people with 100 health. They would all start down here. And they would come up. And it would be up to the guys there to try to shoot them. So if they died, they lost at Frogger. But the goal is base level, like level 1 stats, 100 health, 100 move speed, and you would have to go through the campfire course without getting shot because you can't walk over the campfires. And you're not allowed to jump, but you have to go through the course as quickly as possible without getting shot. And if you make it all the way to the end, you win at Frogger. And the idea was that we would give people some like stuff that we found in drops, or and I lagged back, stuff that we found in drops, or like cool saddles, or just something that we weren't like currently using that we might have gotten from underwater drops. And I guess here this was supposed to be a jump. Okay, Frogger. We're Froggering through the Frogger course of Frogger time and Frogger things. There we go. Up this ladder. And Frogger, Frogger. And all this time, you're supposed to be getting pelted with long neck rifles. And we're safe. Yay! Hooray! And here's your victory prize. Whoever gets here first gets to claim their victory prize. This was supposed to be like the fun and games arena of the Underworld. And sadness. We never got around to doing it.
What do I get?
You would have gotten a big sloppy kiss from Nicholas. Does that make you happy?
I think I'm gonna run now.
Okay, cool, sweet. Stupid Six doesn't love Nicholas anymore. That's all right. Without Six love, we will carry on. There's a couple of exits to the Underworld. I know there's like the Crystal Cave side, which I always get stupid lost down here. But the main entrance, the entrance that you can carry flyers down, is the one that is most heavily fortified. We're going to show that one off. I'm going to try to, after we do that, I'm going to try to locate the other one, and then we'll snip back into the video. But we're going to show off the main crazy one with this. We talked about this briefly. We touched about it when we come on the rare instances when we came down here while we're playing on the center. This redonkulous turret chandelier. This was designed solely to stop suiciders that happened to be like coming in on foot or whatever the case. And well, I take that back. It wasn't solely designed for that. It was designed to shoot the crap out of anything coming through. But the idea is it's protected from suiciders coming in on foot. That might be a little better way to phrase that. We've got checkpoint number 1, Wall of Death. And these, as we discovered with the raid on the Ice Palace, turret density is important. Freaking freeze again. Turret density is important, but so is turret spacing. If you've seen the raid on the Ice Palace that we did a couple of videos back, it's those Quetzal bombs that we did with the wide build on them is maximum devastation. That is absolute maximum devastation for close turret density. It's amazing at clearing turrets out. Absolutely amazing. So we're finding out as we do more raids and as we learn more about building in the ARK meta, spacing out your turrets is just as important as having a thick turret density. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? But I hope that actually brings me to another point. I hope you guys are learning a lot from our raids, because we're definitely learning a lot. We were, or I don't know about Six, actually. I'm speaking for you, Six, and I'm sorry, buddy, but I was, in every sense of the word, when we first started Season 1 PvP, like a legit, like PvE player. I was a PvE player coming into the PvP world with a lot of help from my friends and from people that were willing to do it, and just my idea. My favorite thing about the PvP are my ideas. Thinking outside of the box, coming up with clever ways to reinvent raiding. So doing things like the kangaroo bombs or Procopta bombs, or the roly-poly trolley doed bombs, things like that, the galley bombs. All this stuff is what I love about ARK PvP, because I can think out of the box. I could take something conventional and turn it into something like, oh, hey, that's a cool idea. Like, I didn't think about that. And being able to do that on almost a daily basis is one of my favorite things about PvP. And I've learned so much from playing actual PvP, being a PvE player, and coming into playing on PvP. Oh, this is like a giant elevator, by the way, all the way to the top, which is really cool. Anyway, being a PvE player and doing changing my mindset into doing PvE effective builds and experimenting with things like Structures Plus, it has been a really, really cool experience, and I'm really glad that we've been able to do the PvP seasons, even though that I will say that the PvP seasons have been the most stressful seasons in the entirety of my ARK gaming career. The PvP seasons are redonk. This actually got hit the other day, but this Death Blossom is one of the major stopping points to the flyer entrance to the Underworld Cave. You guys have seen me fly in and out of this, but I never really flew slowly enough so you could kind of like really appreciate everything. This was supposed to be the start of something much grander. As you can see, turret towers are being erected all around this little spot, but not quite finished. And I need to get some food before I starve to death.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here like, the entire time on the Pteranodon while I'm trying to talk. And then we're going to find the Crystal Cave entrance to show that off. Because I'm not quite sure where it's at, so I always got to like relocate it. So instead of me flying around blindly and taking everybody back through everybody back through the cave here, we're going to BRBs really quick, and I'll show off that, as well as finally the main base of operations structure, the central structure that I kind of strategically skipped over in the beginning of the video. BRBs, everybody. Guys, we are back in action. I've located the Crystal Cave entrance, and as you can see, there's some electrical stuff remaining from the tower that was built up here quite high, already demolished. But we're going to go over the defenses that were constructed here. This is kind of sort of like a chandelier-esque looking thing. And then this was blocking off. Are we able to open you? Yes, your manual. So this is the ridiculousness that was the block off to the Crystal Cave entrance. This is why I really wanted to show this off, because of how impressive these defenses look and are. Oh god, Onyx attack!
Run.
I know, everybody. Spike walls everywhere. I mean, it just looked really, really cool. And there's one other thing that I skimmed over briefly, but I wanted to show it off. And that was the water entrance. A lot of people saw previously when we were in the Underworld the water dinos in there, such as the squids and things, and they weren't sure. I need to make sure that closes. I think it's on auto close actually.
The server's closing. Don't
yeah.
worry about it. Is it open?
Yeah, we're bringing the server down. What does it matter? What does it freaking matter? Okay, so the water pin, this one right here, this is the entrance, the water entrance to the Underworld. Now, I was talking about that in a previous video. A couple of people saw that the water pin had squids in it, and Moses and things of that nature, and they were curious in how we got those in. So I was going to show you the defenses around the water pin. I'm sorry, around the water entrance to the center, or Underworld, to the Underworld. Yes, I keep saying the center and the Underworld. I'm mixing them up. Okay, taking the Mose, who I had strategically laid out while we were BRBs so I could quickly grab him. And we're going over to this little section right here. This guy's a fast one, though. I want to make sure I can get him. Oh, come here, you. Come on, you. Open. Open door. No. Best defense
Command
ever.
you.
Best defense in the world. A door that I can't swim through. Okay, and another best defense ever. Screen freeze. No, I need scoops. All right, we got some scoobs. This is the defense to the water pin. Or, I'm sorry, the water entrance. I keep saying it. And this turret tower ridiculousness structure. And then you swim down. If you didn't know about this, this is how you get into the Underworld via water. I'm gonna take you through the whole way. This was all the way built down. It's already started to be slightly demolished, if not maybe demolished during a raid. And then there was some structures here where those pillars are blocking it off. And then that's pretty much the remainder of the defenses. We had a breach in through here. They didn't make it all the way up, but they tried to breach in through the underwater entrance. And some of that may have been demoed, some of that may have been destruction from raid. Yeah, blown up, some of it may be demoed. I'm not sure which one, because I wasn't present for the raid, but we're going to go through. And I get lost in here occasionally. Okay. Gotta go this way. And then we gotta go this way. Keep it going. We gotta find a monkey. I gotta see a man about a monkey. Is it this way? Yes. Oh, here's the monkey. I found the monkey man. Okay. There's the monkey man. We found the monkey man. Now we got to go this way. As we meander our way through here. We are... Okay. Yes, okay. Now we're in this little spot. Hang it over to the right. Keep going straight. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Swimming through the cave. So entertaining, I know. We're going to come to the end pretty soon here. And this is just for you guys that did not know about the entrance. Here it is. It's like halfway up. This thing. It's quite well hidden, actually. Let me swim the Moze around. It is... Can I get in there? Let me back in. I know you can get... Oh. Glowy fish. I'm swimming into the rock, and it's not letting me back in. And I'm hungering to death again. Okay, so you can swim like straight up in here, and it's underwater fog or something. It gets very confusing. But the entrance is like halfway in through here, and I repeatedly would swim too high and get lost. Let me through. Let me through, Moze. You did once already. Let me through. Okay. Now that we're through this tiny little cave, it's actually quite cheeky and secret, but the center has been out long enough that most people probably already know about it.
I did.
You didn't know about it, Sixers? And we're up and free. This is how you get... Sorry. Go ahead.
It scares me down there.
It scares you down there? I'm sorry, I kept talking over you, but yeah, it scares me down there too, buddy. I know. Underwater always scares me. So we're coming out right near the redwoods. I'll show you exactly where we're at on the map, if I could pull it out. Let's dismount, maybe. There we go. We're right there in where the me is at. This is the entrance to the underworld via the cave, and I'm gonna bring the dino back down as we swim back down. Take it back into the water pen so that we can try to find some kind of underwater drop to get this guy transferred over to the island. And I'll never end up finding the stupid entrance because I swam up too high. Is this it? Am I going to get lucky? Maybe? Oh, maybe I am going to get lucky and find it. It doesn't look like I'm going to get lucky and find it. This is why I don't go underwater. I get lost too easy. It's uncharted territory for me. Oh, I found it. Yay. Okay, we're going to swim our way back. And this is pretty much going to take care of the farewell tour of the Underworld base from the center that we were more or less keeping kind of secret because we had some potential... I don't want to... What do you want to say, Six? Like potential struggles with enemies. Like we didn't want to give away too terribly much. So we tried to keep it...
People wanted to raid it.
People did want to raid it. People really, really wanted to raid it. So we tried to keep it as secret as possible, and we were very secretive with it, but it was a good base. Oh, I'm sorry, I still need to show off... Oh, let me BRBs then. I still need to show off... I told you I was going to do it, and I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me, everyone. We're going to show off the actual base part and talk about one more thing. If I don't get stuck on stuff. All right, we're going to go ahead and BRBs, and I'm going to get us back to the base, and we're going to show off the main place of operations. BRBs. All right, guys, we're back. Now we're at the front base.
How did you forget that base, by the way? Isn't it a base showcase?
It's a base showcase, and I forget to showcase the base.
Here's our courtyard.
Typical Nerd Parade video. Here's everything but the base. Gotcha! Alright, for real. Here's the base. We're going to showcase the base after all. It's like a triple layered kind of doors everywhere. Nothing going on except here in the center. Triple layered. And this is what we were really working with. You might have got a couple of glimpses of it during... Let me turn off some of the names so it speeds up the flips. A couple of glimpses during the course of the center playthrough, but what we're working with here is pretty nice. I mean, it's simplistic, it's compact, it's good, it's freezy. There we go. We're good. We unfreezed, and we've got some upstairsy stuff. Well, we can pop up in here. Beds are all up here. We've got like a couple of personal rooms up here where people have their personal vaults and things of that nature. Like so. This is a personal vault. And super... Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. This is the super BP vault. I lied. I have to turn on my stuff so I kind of get the lay of the land here. Oh my gosh. And we're... the center. Seriously, it's the center. Let's exit. Here we go. This the personal rooms are up here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. There we go. Now I've kind of got the bearings of land. That was the super BPs, and I just kind of accidentally showed all of our BPs very quickly
Don't have any BPs.
that we've been hoarding. Yeah, we don't have any BPs. Don't rate us. So here we go, like artifacts and stuff. Just, some eggs ready to go. I mean, we've got more or less all the stores. We're going to transfer all this stuff over, so I'm not showing you our entire inventory. Please don't rate us. We're going to go up one more and then check out some of the defenses layers that we have. Can I get up? Oh, it might help if I face the right way. That'd be good. GG, Nicholas. GG. Okay. There we are. This is what it looks like from the top. Such a pretty view. It's nice. Let me turn the interface back off so it speeds up the flips a little bit. And that's it. This is more or less the base that we were operating out of when we got raided during the Bear Cave base. When the Bear Cave base went down, we came over here for a little while until we could get reestablished and rebuilt over there. And then now we are saying farewell to all of it. The Bear Cave base has not changed since we did the update video a few videos back. We have been more focused on PvP and more focused on getting situated on the island. So there have been no more updates to the Bear Cave base. It is an awesome base location. We had a blast there, and we are a little sad to see it go on a somber note, but looking forward to some cool builds, like always, that we can do on the island. Home Sweet Home, the island, my favorite map. I know that you guys are probably going to say, well, why don't you do some of the other maps, such as like the volcano map or even Valhalla? It's more or less the same reason why we're parting ways with the center. Potential glitches, optimization reasons, things of that nature. We're going to stick. It's PvP, and that is the core that we're working with. It's PvP and it's competitive PvP, and we want it to be fair. So we're sticking with like the best maps for that, and Scorched Earth and the Island are probably going to be the best maps for what we're looking for. Now, last and final note, which is actually kind of an important note, but when we get over to the island, we're going to be splitting tribes. It's Six and I are going to be kind of parting ways from these guys.
And Disturbed.
Oh yeah, and Disturbed is coming with us too. Disturbed's going to be coming with us. We're going to be parting ways with these guys. We're going to be, I don't want to say we're going to be necessarily recruiting, but we're going to be doing a smaller tribe warfare type thing again. We've been getting a lot of comments about how people have missed the smaller tribe warfare, like it's just a couple of us versus larger tribes, and we're kind of like the underdogs going in and trying to wreck stuff. So we're trying to get back to that a little bit. We wanted to try something in Season 3 that we haven't done before, and that's the big tribe life, and we had 25 members in this tribe. We did big tribe life, and it was fun. But we also want to get back to the roots of what we really enjoy, and Six and I and maybe one or two other people going in there and just having a blast is what Season 2 was all about, and we want to try to make the remainder of Season 3 a lot about that too. So we're going to be doing some smaller tribe stuff, and this is going to be a good testing point for us for the future in Season 4. Now, we don't have a date for Season 4, but so before you ask me, when are you going to wipe, when are you going to do Season 4, we don't have a date yet. This is just brainstorming. We're going to do smaller tribe warfare in Season 4. So tribe max is going to be maybe like, I don't know, 6, what do you think, like 5 to 6 people in max tribes?
I like 6.
You like 6? Okay, 6 people, maximum tribe limit is what we're thinking. And then we're going to... We can't prevent like tribe alliances, but what we're really trying to prevent is tribe cycling. So like say, for example, you have a full tribe of 6 members and only 3 people are on, and you cycle in 3 new people, so you have a maximum of 6 on, and then 6 people are raiding one guy it's one guy defending, he's the underdog, he's all by himself, and people are just launching a continuous assault by cycling in people that have to log out, so that people will see each other players for like 12 hours. So we're thinking of maybe instilling some kind of rule, like if you can't breach somebody's base within X amount of hour period of time, you have to cut off the raid, because at the end of the day, people don't want to spend all day playing ARK. They may want to go do stuff with their families. They may want to go to sleep at maybe all night, and they don't want to spend all night defending. So we're brainstorming some of these like ideas for Season 4 to make it as fair as possible to both the big tribes and the little guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, this is the reason for this long-winded spiel. If you guys have any suggestions of what you would like to see in the future in Season 4, we're going to make a post for it on the Steam group. So go to that link, it's in the description in the Steam group, and post the changes that you would like to see in Season 4 PvP. That way we can get some ideas of what we're going to do, have it ready to go, and when Season 4 launches in the future at some point, maybe a month, maybe who knows when it's going to launch, but we have some of those ideas that you guys would like to see ready to go and ready to implement into Season 4. Post things that you think would make it, make PvP Season 4 fair and just for both the big guys and the little guys, and preserve fun PvP and try to avoid like all the salty nastiness that can sometimes occur when running a PvP server. So I hope you guys like this video. It's a tribute and a farewell to the fun times that we had on the center. I had a blast playing on the center. The raids on here have been the most challenging that I have ever done because I feel like the center is not a PvP map. It's a PvE map that's beautiful, but not necessarily optimized for PvP. So we're gonna stick to the basics, go back to what we know, the island, and go back to what we don't know, and hopefully get some more time on that, Scorched Earth. Enough of me rambling, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up video if you liked it. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the Long-Winded Nerd Parade channel for more cool videos just like this one. And remember to take care of yourselves and stay awesome. We'll catch you in the next episode.